one of Gary Glitter's victims said his release from prison was not the justice she was promised. The 78-year-old pedophile, who had a string of chart hits in the 1970s, was jailed in 2015 for sexually abusing 3 schoolgirls. He attacked 2 girls, aged 12 and 13, after inviting them backstage to his dressing room and isolating them from their mothers. Glitter's third victim was less than 10 years old when he crept into her bed and tried to rape her in 1975. Glitter, whose real name is Paul Gadd, was released from prison today after serving half his 16-year sentence for sex crimes. Richard Scorer, head of abuse at Slater and Gordon, who represents one of those victims, said his release was particularly distressing and traumatic for those he attacked, explaining, "The early release devalues her suffering and that of his other victims." Glitter spent 8 years behind bars at HMP The Vern, which is a low-security Category C jail in Portland, Dorset. The pedophile singer was freed automatically halfway through a fixed-term determinate sentence and will now be subject to license conditions. Mr. Scorer, whose client is making civil child sex abuse damages claims against Glitter, reacted to the release and said, "I've spoken to my client today and like every victim of serious sexual assault facing early release of her abuser, today is an incredibly difficult day for her. The abuse, including repeated rapes which our client suffered from the age of 12, have left her with a life sentence." He continued, "Paul Gadd, more commonly known as Gary Glitter, has never admitted his offenses, has never apologized and has never shown any remorse. It is therefore particularly distressing and traumatic to read of him being released halfway through his sentence, albeit on license. Our client feels this was not the justice she was promised and the early release devalues her suffering and that of his other victims. This is a very hard day for her and we imagine for other victims too. Their feelings should be at the forefront of everyone's minds at this time." Glitter will now have just 3 days to register his name with his local police station or run the risk of being sent back behind bars. On top of this, he'll have to wear a tag and flag any relationships he has with people who have a child under the age of 18. He must also notify authorities a week in advance if he plans to go abroad and return to the UK, with officers able to deny any overseas trips. Follow Mirror Celebs on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.